First of all, hello everybody. It's Kareem. I'm back. Uh, so I have been uploading more on YouTube, and I kind of just took a long break. Like I think since I've sat down and talked, it's been all year. So we're definitely gonna touch on some things about why that happened and what's been going on since. First things first, 2020. Moment of silence. 2020 has been a year that I don't think any of us expected. And I don't know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. We've had to deal with a global pandemic. I think that I don't know, while this year has been a wild one, I have had a good experience other than the obvious. Myself and the OG Prancing Elites got together and shot some photos and video, which is up on both the Prancing Elites YouTube and mine. So check those out. But yes, it's been like, spoiler alert, I ended up getting corona, which was a dread. But anyway, we're going to talk about what's been going on with me personally, as far as why I took a step back from YouTube and what made me decide to come back. So let's just stop playing and really get into it. Why I wanted to get into YouTube was to connect. I just like to be involved in a way that's sometimes conventional, sometimes unconventional. And what made me put the pause button on it was I just feel like in my journey, it wasn't the time. Reason being is it was hard for me to put myself together to shoot content. It's like I was trying to pull things that weren't fully authentic, and I'm not that type of person. If we're not operating from a script, I'm not going to fake it. And that's what I felt like I was starting to do. I was starting to force content that wasn't the most natural from me. And I also started to put myself in a lane. And I just really don't do that. I've never done that. That was one of the tough things that I was struggling with, was figuring out my natural way of doing things on YouTube. Because YouTube is the only platform that I haven't really accessed that way, and trying to move my audiences from all the other platforms to this new one, this baby, is tough. Another reason why I took a break or just had to reevaluate certain things is it wasn't feeling as natural, because I was still on a journey to figuring out myself and finding my peace and working towards healing from a lot of things. You guys, if you are fans of the Prancing Elites and you watched the Prancing Elites project, you did see some of my personal life on there, my personal life. So it's been a lot going on, and I had to reel back. So I spent years before I started to do YouTube, and I think I was still on the edge of that. I was still holding myself back from you guys who do want to know more and access more and just figure out who Kareem is. I made a promise that I was going to be a little bit more open than I have been with many other projects. So Kareem is my government name. However, KJ is what I was affectionately called by my close friends and family, because my father's name is Kareem. And that, well, it has a lot to do with what I'm about to tell you. So up until, I guess, 18, 19, I want to say 19, I met a distant, not a distant relative, but a relative that I had never met. We were actually close in relation, but he just did not like KJ, and it was so funny because I had never ever outside of school, maybe because when they call a roll, your first name was on roll and the KJ is not on any documentation. But I've never, like, in a personal setting, introduced myself as anything other than KJ at that point. So I think with him, it's like I just got in the habit of just saying Kareem. My name's Kareem to everybody, and that kind of shelved the development of who KJ was becoming, because that's who I was as a person. I think Kareem was developed. He's still a part. Okay, so I always say I have three main categories of my personality, or main aspects, and that's Kareem, which is like the straight lace, the nice guy, the leader, the one who just does what needs to be done. The most straight laced person, like, as far as, and I sound psychotic, but that's just the way I break up, the aspects of my personality. He's the most straight laced in my eyes. KJ is definitely the rebel. He stands against anything, not really afraid of much. Gets slick talker. Gets me in trouble a lot. Bad to the bone. Just likes to show out. Then, okay, so this name came from. Okay, my name is Kareem, so you can imagine the nicknames and the playfulness that came along with it. But one name that I've always gotten was Peaches. Peaches and Cream, obviously. And that one, it just sounds the cutest to me. It's like, it just stuck. And then I also have certain people who only call me Peaches. Like, they don't call me Kareem, they don't call me Kay, they don't call me anything, they just call me Peaches. So I'm just like, Peaches is the most feminine. Peaches is me when you see me in Prancing get up, when you see me in makeup, when you see me in any embodiment of the female, like a sex siren. That is that energy. It's very enticing, very, like, seductive. That's Peaches. The performance persona is Peaches. Um, but I said all that to say I was on a journey to figure out who I was, and it just came to me like, you don't have to just be one way, because I've never been one way. So I had to go through a lot of things personally. I had to really sit and deal with myself for me to figure out, okay, this is who you are and this is who you want to be. How do you get there? I'm just really excited, honestly, guys. Those of you who don't know, I can't even say it. I say it all the time. I'm turning 30. Not like tomorrow or the next day, but we'll be discussing how the last decade, because for those who don't know, it's been a decade since I started my coming out process, which really wasn't an official process, but it was a process. I actually did an introduction video back in December of last year, so I haven't watched it since, so I can't really even say what I've shared, what I haven't shared. So I'm probably going to be doing some re-sharing, if that's okay, because I'm sure nobody remembers. I think the message I want to get across in this video is that if you're ever doing something and you don't feel like, or you don't feel like you are being yourself, or you feel like you're losing yourself, stop, look at where you are, evaluate your surroundings, and figure out where you want to go from there, honestly. And let that be it on that.